Okay, whoops. There we go. Lucy, don't put that in. I know Lucy's gonna put that into an intro now. This is the problem. Everything's so high stakes. If I do something silly, it's going into the intro. Hello, YouTube, once again. We are going to be working on a romanization this time for our second tonal language, sásjút. So buckle up and let's get started. Let's scoot me over to the side and we will get ourselves a new tab here. And let's look at what we have to do. So let's hide me and let's hide everything else. I know Lucy's gonna put that into an intro now. This is the problem. Everything's so high stakes. So if I do something silly, it's going into the intro. Okay, so what do we need to put in for sásjút? So I think we have IPA romanization, same as before. Ba-ba-da-ba. Get the font size up. Ba-ba-da-ba. And nope, bold. Underline. We're good. Okay. Hydrate, stretch. And we go. So what do we need to romanize here? So let's just do the easy stuff first. Yod is going to be Y. Unless there are front rounded vowels in this one. I don't think there are. My usual go-to in romanizing is always just to romanize yod as Y unless there's a front rounded vowel. My major reason for doing this is just that I don't want people to be confused as to what it is. Yeah, so that's the first one. Next, we're gonna put in, okay, so we have some interesting vowels in this language as well. We have a and e. And there's always a question as to how to romanize those. We also have ts, we have ch, we have d. So in sásjút, the retroflex stops did not affricate. So that may make things harder or easier depending on your perspective. We have sh, put that in with its friends. We should have, yeah, we have another retroflex, sh. We have anything else? We do have coda, velar nasals in the coda. What do we have? We have our lone retroflex nasal, which doesn't get a lot of love. Yep. Okay, I think we have more or less plumbed the depths of all that we need to romanize. Zh. So we have zh, although it only occurs before D, I think, or another voiced stop. Yes, we have ah as well. That's another vowel we're going to need to deal with. Do we have it? Yeah, we have retroflex, voiceless retroflex stops. Okay, good. And then we have what tone? What's our tone system here? It's L. It's low, high, falling, rising, I think. Do we have HLs? We must. Yeah, we do. So then we have high, low, rising, falling. All right, this is our task. So, yeah, Benji says that we can do something like and ah and ah, EH-OH, but then AH could be sort of like the logical continuation. I'm getting flustered. The point is, yes. Then we could do something like, TS, if we're going to be an H-happy romanization, we could do something like ts and ch, sh and zh. That all seems pretty reasonable. And then we could do something like, we could steal our solution for the retroflexes. And then we would have something pretty reasonable, I think. So let's look at some various words that have these. So yon, quick. So that looks like yon. What's another one? So, high, harbor. So that would be something like so. Yeah, reasonable. And chan would be something like, shockingly, CHAN. Doo-doo, one by one. Doo-doo, sorry, that's high tone. Would be RDU, RDU. Yeah, this is looking pretty reasonable. I think. Snge, to suffer. So that would look like S-N-G-E-H. Snge. Could do it. Shun, storm. Okay, so these look reasonable. Then I think we just need to figure out the tones. Tone letter. Oh, okay. Logan has got some tone letter suggestions. Yeah, so if we wanted to avoid diacritics, we could do something like this. Let's test it out and see what it looks like. So it would be something like let's use B as Logan suggests, because this is this would have to be something like this. I don't see this being something that I'm going to be able to remember how to pronounce. See, it's complicated by our decision to use H. If this were to use Logan's original suggestion of doing something like something like this, then we'd have to make a different decision with these vowel quality diacritics. Yeah, this is a tough one. There's also the option that we can just romanize the tones kind of like we've been doing, like this, just have it unmarked low. So here we have, let's get some examples in here. So what we could do is, it would be something like dom, use, and then shine would be neat. To see ka would be like this. I don't know, I feel slightly boring using tone diacritics again, but at the same time, I want this to be easily pronounceable. So I want the romanization to be for clarity, first and foremost. Flavor can come into it as long as clarity is not sacrificed. The thing about, Logan, about using double vowels for contours is it makes me think that these are long, that they're long vowels, rather than all of the same length, just with different tonal contours. Okay, here's what we should do. Let's make two romanizations. One is the have mercy on Colin so he can read this romanization, and one is the play with tone letters romanization. So this is what we have so far in the be nice to Colin so he can read it romanization. And then if we want to use a romanization like Logan was suggesting, we could do something like this. No, we can't use H. So unmarked, marked low with a B, and then using the double vowels to mark contours. Maybe something like this. So, sorry, I'll use this. So that's what it would look like. So B is going to be marking a low tone, double vowel is going to be marking a contour, and double vowel B is going to be marking the contour that ends on low. The question is then, if we want to go into a historical spelling route, let's look at the sound changes that gave us these tones, which are stored in this gigantic, horrible sound changes sheet. So let's not look at that. Let's look at my rough estimation. So what happened? Low tone, we got low tones before S and H. We got low tones before nasals. We got high tones after geminates or H and hl, and that's more or less the origin of each side of the tone. And then we had default high tone. Yeah, this is the kind of like non-beginner tonogenesis language. We in Me, we've had more fun with this kind of typical pathway of evolving tone. And this one we took it up a notch and maybe ventured into some non-typical territory. So then there was another question: where does so where do these vowels come from? They actually come from coda R originally. So maybe that's the easier option. Where did my spreadsheet go? Here it is. They came from coda R. And so I think it makes more sense to do this with a little bit of historical spelling. Whose suggestion was that? Jack. Thank you. Yes. This makes to me more sense now. And then we can use H if we are so inclined. So we can use something like something like that. So high tone marked with H afterwards, low tone unmarked, rising tone marked with double vowel and H, low tone, falling tone marked with double vowel. Oops, double vowel, please. And then we have a fully non-diacritic involving system. Yeah, actually, I kind of like that. So then what would this language look like? The name is sásjút hi. So it would be written something like sásjút. That's kind of cool. Or alternatively, diacritic spelling. All right, let's, I think let's bang the gavel on this one. And let's keep both systems in existence, but I'm going to prefer the tonal letter system because it's easier for me to write. Sásjút, and I'm going to fill in the name of the language here. So the way I've done it, the tone letter comes before coda consonants. Otherwise, we get something like neat, which I don't know. I think HT looks a bit better. The nice thing about this is H is a good mnemonic for high tone, so it's easy to remember. Okay, so that's sásjút, and then we have, I need to write down me. So hide. So here are our two languages romanized in their own special way. Me and sásjút. Happy. Chad, are you happy? I'm happy. Okay. Well, I think it's a rather natural break. I'm not sure how long this segment will end up having been, but I think that's good. I'm going to say goodbye to YouTube for a sec, and then we're going to go in and we're going to do some more intriguing things. So YouTube, again, always thank you. I think that was probably less suffering on all of our part with the keyboard shortcuts, thanks to Logan's great suggestion of having a tonal letter romanization system for sásjút. So thanks again, and we will see you next time.